So beginning our day, many of us have come to the monastery by various aspirations or inspirations. Somebody might have read a lot of inspiring stories from many books, maybe a lot of teachers' biographies, but when they actually come to the monastery, they find out that they have to live with so many ordinary people, and they might end up keep finding fault of others, and then in turn it backfire to them that they develop this judgmental temperament. Or somebody might be wary of the world doesn't make sense, the relationship doesn't make sense, the education doesn't make sense, so they ended up come to the monastery, but they unintentionally develop a pessimistic view of the life. So again, they might end up having this judgmental mind. Or somebody might have the idea that the Buddhist practice is equal to just doing sitting meditation or walking meditation, shutting up the mind, calming the mind. That this story in Luang Por's biography, that when he newly went to Wat Papong, and because he come from the monastery in central Thailand, that they emphasize on just doing sitting, walking meditation, and not so many pujas, not so many chanting together. But when he came to Wat Papong, there's 3 a.m. morning puja, and back at that time, the sitting session is just before the chanting, so you sit from 3 to 4 a.m. before the chanting begins. And during that time, it's not like clear-cut that when you should come to the hall, so people just start trickling, enter into the hall during 3 to 4 a.m. So it's not so quiet, it's not so pleasant for Den Tan Pasanno to sit meditation in the hall. So he have his thought that, okay, it might be better that I sit in my kuti instead of coming to the hall for the morning puja. So he did that. But then one day, Luang Por Chah showed up at the morning puja, and he asked, "Where's that new monk? Where's Tan Pasanno?" And somebody saying, he didn't come out his kuti. So Luang Por Chah said, he's lazy. After that, Luang Por, he had to come to the morning puja every single morning. So at the beginning, we might have our own idea about what the Buddhist practice is about. But then over time, the community or the teachers will help us expose the flaw in our inspiration or in our intention. I think it's like a space rocket that actually is composed of a set of rockets, different size of rocket. Once the biggest rocket sends the whole thing up to the sky against the Earth's gravitation, it detaches itself and fall back down to the Earth. And then the smaller rockets taking its place and sending the rocket up into the orbit. And once the spacecraft or the satellite get into the orbit already, it relinquishes all of the rockets. So to our inspiration, sometimes we might need to say verifying it or reassuring it, clarifying our inspiration. But other time it might be an investigation or purification of our understanding about the practice. And I think the more it become close to the right field in the Noble Eightfold Path, that might mean less energy and effort or struggle that it would take for us to maintain ourselves in the practice. So I offered it for the morning reflection.